Good afternoon. Today's class, I would like to revise political science first two chapter. Dear students, you all of you knows that. So there is a little bit difficulties for you. I can understand that because not yet you are not getting textbooks of political science. So that's what already you all of you knows that. So I sent the first two lessons in the PDF form and then I shared in the sixth class groups. So please go through that and read the textbook carefully to attend the exam and as well as to get some knowledge. Then don't think so. We are studying only for examination purpose, not like that. So even to gain more knowledge. Okay. See, uh, you may feel some of you, sir, it's a little bit difficult to read the PDF forms and all. So, even I would like to give one more the suggestion. Those who are having like that face, those who are can't read through the PDF, so you can get a printout in computer center also. So you can go with your mobile so you can tell them to give print of those two chapters. Then that's become very easy for you. I hope whether you are going to follow that or this one. Today's class, I would like to revise understanding diversity. So we all of you knows that India is one of the diverse country, vast diverse country. So here everything is changed. So there were a lot of differences which we cannot even imagine. So one of you in the beginning only I explained about the different from friends, those who are from different backgrounds, Samir, Ek and then Samir too. So through that what we can understand that is about the diversity. See in India, dear students, there were different religious people, even those who are belongs to different region also, and each and every region throughout the countryside, there we can see the diverse people, that those who are belongs to different socio-religious economic groups, different class people, those who are belongs to different religion, those who are belong to different caste, community, social groups, tribes, and who are speaking different language also. They are speaking many languages. And also, dear students, their everything, their tradition, their custom, their culture, their interest, their food habits, their dress code, throughout the India, there we can see a lot of difference. A lot of difference. See, even though people belongs to the different religion, different community, different caste, different those who are speaking different language, different region, different food habits and different lifestyle, different culture and their own tradition and religious rituals and so on so things also. Still in India, we are stand as a great and we are showing the great strength of our country through unity. So that we used to call it as a unity in diversity. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿವಿಧತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾರತೀಯರು, ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಒಗ್ಗೂಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Wherever it may be. Of course, sometimes you may feel, I'm that religion, this religion, I'm my culture, that is whatever it may be, dear students. See, the feelings is there, no? The nation, the nationality, that's a really even we cannot imagine also. Because all Indians are not similar. They were all different. ಹಂಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ 28 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದು 48 ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳಾಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Why? Because now in each state also, in each region, in each corner, south to east, south, east, west, north, any corner in any state. So ಈವನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಅನ್ನೋ, there were again the varieties of people, varieties of culture, tradition, and even whatever they were celebrating, the festivals or the practices, the food habit, the dress code, including even if you are speaking the same language, maybe the Kannada. ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಭೌಗೋಳಿಕ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಭಾವವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಉತ್ತರ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಭಾಷೆ ಬೇರೆ, ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಭಾಷೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಭಾಷೆ ಬೇರೆ, ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಭಾಷೆ ಬೇರೆ. ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಮಂಡ್ಯದವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಮೈಸೂರವ್ರ ಕನ್ನಡ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರವ್ರ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಇನ್ನು ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಅಂತೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ ಬಾಗಲಕೋಟ್ ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಇನ್ ಯಾದಗಿರಿ ಕಲಬುರ್ಗಿ ಬೀದರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಸಹ ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ how do we explain diversity, dear students? See, a little more than 200 years ago or long before, so there was no whatever we are using the modern facilities, those we cannot. The people, they are not aware about all those things also. Because we are using a train, aeroplane, different the transport and communications, such as roadways also, railways also, waterways also, and even the airways also. See, people traveled from one part of the world to another in ships, on horses, on camels, or on foot, so on and so way in the beginning. I mean, that about 200 or 250 years ago. See, often they went in search of new lands or new places to settle. So for people to trade with. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಆ ಜನ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಹೋಮ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವರ್ ಫೆಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎನಫ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಬರಗಾಲ ಅಥವಾ ಅತಿವೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಅನಾವೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಬೆಳೆಗಳ ನಾಶ, ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಕೆಲಾಮಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Some went in search of work, while other left because there was a war also. Somebody's because of the war ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಯುದ್ಧ ಪೀಡಿತ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. Sometimes as they began to make their homes in new places, people began to change a little, and other times they managed to do things in the old ways. So their long ways, food, music, religions became a mix of the old and the new. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ವಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂ. ಅಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ came something new and different also. Are you getting now? See, the history of many places shows us how many different cultural influences have helped to shape a life and culture. So thus, religions became very diverse because of their unique histories. It is very much important. So, only internal mix ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮಗೆ. Something came new and different things. So, similarly, dear students, diversity also comes about when people adopt their lives to the geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountainous areas. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ, ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮುದ್ರ ತೀರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೌಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸಿ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ರಿವರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ನದಿ ಬಯಲು ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. See, not only do people have different clothing and eating habits, dear students, but even the kinds of work they do are different also. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯಮಯವಾದ ವರ್ಕ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. In cities, it is often easy to forget how closely people's lives are tied to their physical surroundings. So in cities, this is because in the city people seldom grow their own vegetables and grain. Instead, they depend on the market. What about the rural people? Whether they are depend upon the market? No. Actually, they are the suppliers of the vegetables or others food things to the market, especially for the city people. See, to buy all the food and other goods that they need, so they used to go for market to the city people. But what about the condition of villages? It's so different. So here there are which we already studied the two cases. One of the case study that is about the Ladakh, and then one more that is about the Kerala. It's a two very interesting because these two states are located in a different geographical regions. So let us lightly discuss about the Ladakh. So, dear students, Ladakh now it is considered as by the central government recently, the government of India, so as one of the union territory. So, Ladakh is a desert in the mountainous where in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. So, ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದು? So, Ladakh is located in the mountains, especially in the eastern part of the Jammu and Kashmir. See, very little agriculture is possible here. Why? Because this region does not receive any rain. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? How they are leading their life. See, always the Ladakh is covered with the snow. Already ಅದು mountainous ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನೀರಿನ ಅಭಾವ ಇದೆ. ಸಾಲದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲಿಟ್ಲ್ ಬಿಟ್. And there are large part of the year there are very few trees that can grow in the region. Only the few kinds, the selected kind of trees were grown there. For drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. So ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, so the people, those who are settled in the Ladakh regions, so they were depend on the melting snow during the summer months. So dear students, people here keep sheep and goats. ಬಹಳ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ sheep ಮತ್ತೆ goats. The goats in these regions are special. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, so they produce pashmina wool. So it is one of the best quality of wool which was produced, which were reared in the Ladakh area. So that's what is so special. That is about the pashmina wool. See, this wool is priced and pashmina shawls cost a lot of money. So here the people in the Ladakh carefully collect the wool of the goats and sell this to traders from Kashmir. ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ ಬಹಳ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ ಪಂಡಿತರು, ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ ಆಪಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರದ ಶಾಲುಗಳು, ನಾವೇನು ಶಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ ಶಾಲುಗಳು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೋ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೋ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ದ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ್. ಇವನ್ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರದ ಚೆಲುವೆಯರು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಟು ಸೇ that is much of one of the richest region, the Kashmir. See here, the people in Ladakh, they are collecting the wool and they will sell this to traders, those who are from Kashmir. See, pashmina shawls are cheaply woven in Kashmir. So ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಚೀಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. So what about the Ladakh people's food habit? So here the people eat meat and milk, especially it's what meat and milk, and also the products, the milk products, especially milk product ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಚೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. So here each family owns some goats, cows and ack cows. That is the type of, which is called as a does, ack cows. So here, being a desert did not mean that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. No, it's actually attractive the tourists. It's one of the tourism place, dear students. See, it was considered a good trade route also, as it had many passes through which caravans traveled to what is today called Tibet. Tibet ನಾವು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸೊ ಲಡಾಖ್ ಮೂಲಕನೇ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು since ancient time. So here these caravans carried textiles and spices and raw silk and even the carpets and so on so things. So that means the Ladakh it is one of the trade route also since ancient which is connected with the Tibet. Now, what about the religious practice of this Ladakh people? So one thing you have to keep in your mind, dear students. So now at the present days, the most of the Tibetans, so they were the followers of the Gautama Buddha. They are following the Buddhism. So here, one thing we have to note that the Buddhism reached Tibet via Ladakh. ಲಡಾಖ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ಈ ಬೌದ್ಧ ಧರ್ಮ ಟಿಬೆಟ್ ನ ರೀಚ್ ಆದಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ since ancient time. So it was actually one of the main route to connect with other countries. See, Ladakh is also called a little Tibet. Please keep it in your mind. Ladakh also called as a little Tibet. See here, Islam it was introduced in their region more than 400 years in. Islam people also there. So and also there is a significant Muslim population. Ladakh has a very rich oral tradition of songs and poems. Now, very rich in culture also. And also, dear students, local versions of the Tibetan national epic, which is called as a Kesar Saga, which was actually Tibetan national epic. Kesar Saga. So, this Kesar Saga are performed and sung by both Muslims and Buddhists in this area. Understood? Now, let us discuss briefly about the Kerala. So, dear students, we all of you knows that Kerala, it is one of our neighboring state. It is one of the small state and which is share its boundary with the sea also. And Kerala, it's so famous for so and so things. And then please keep it in your mind. So, in India, only one state which is achieved 100% literacy. ಸೊ ಶೇಕಡ 100% ಸಾಕ್ಷರತೆಯ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೇರಳ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ. ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಸಿ ಆನ್ ಒನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸುತ್ತ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸಮುದ್ರದಿಂದ, ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಗುಡ್ಡಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಕೇರಳ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೋ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್, ಸಾಂಬಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಕೇರಳ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. For example, pepper, cloves and cardamom are grown in these hills, especially pepper, clove and cardamoms. See, it is the spices that made this region an attractive place for traders. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪಿರ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದ ಜನ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತದ ಸಾಂಬಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕೇರಳ it's one of the trading center. It's attracted so many traders also. So Jews and Arab traders were the first to come here. ಆ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅರಬ್ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. The apostle of Christ, Saint Thomas, is believed to have come here nearly 2000 years ago. ಸುಮಾರು 2000 ಹಿಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಥಾಮಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯಾನಿಟಿ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸೊ ಕೇರಳ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಜನರು ಸೊ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯಾನಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು 2000 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಕೇರಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯನ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಜೀಸಸ್ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಥಾಮಸ್ ಅವರು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಅವರು ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So and also dear students, many Arab traders they also came and settled down here. And even the one of the traveler scholar Ibn Battuta who traveled years a little less than 700 years ago. Ibn Battuta. So he was wrote a travelogue in which Ibn Battuta he was describes the lives of Muslims and said that they were a highly respected community. Highly respected community. And also, dear students, the Portuguese discovered the sea route to India from Europe. So we know that. So the Vasco da Gama in 1498. ಸಾವಿರದ ನಾನ್ನೂರ ತೊಂಬತ್ತೆಂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ್ಕೋ ಡಿ ಗಮಾ ಪೋರ್ಚುಗೀಸ್ನ ಸೈಲರ್ ಸೊ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಜಲಮಾರ್ಗವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ವಾಸ್ಕೋ ಡಿ ಗಮಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ವಾಸ್ ರೀಚ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸೊ ಕೇರಳ, ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕೇರಳ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಕಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಲ್ಲಿಕೋಟೆ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆತ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Because of all these various historical influences, see, there were the influences of Jews, Arabs, and also Christians, and also Portuguese, and also the different Akalake Makla. There we can see their influences. So people in Kerala practices different religion also, even the Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, and Buddhism, and so several religious people are there. The fishing nets used here look exactly like the Chinese fishing. So fishing net ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಕೇರಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳು, it looks it's very similar to Chinese fishing net, and this used to called as a ಚೀನಾ ವಾಲ. ಚೀನಾ ವಾಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಿಶಿಂಗ್ ನೆಟ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಮೀನು ಹಿಡಿಯೋ ಬಲೆ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಚೈನಾದವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರಹದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಚೀನಾ ವಾಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ದ ಯುಟೆನ್ಸಿಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ is also called China Chatti. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳು ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೀನಾ ಚಟ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಚೀನ್ could have come from China. So the fertile land and climate are suited to growing rice, and a majority of people here eat rice. So rice, fish, these are the major food of these people. And there is the classical, and there are so many the dance forms, and then they are celebrating the different the popular festivals such as Onam, and even the one of the classical form of the dance that is about the Mohini Attam. It's so famous in Kerala. So dear students, so here we can see when we are studied about the Kerala and then Ladakh, so there are quite different in terms of their geographical features. So the history of both regions has seen similar cultural influences also. Both the regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. So it was the geography of Kerala which allowed for the cultivation of spices, and the special geographical location of Ladakh and its wool that drew traders to these regions. So thus, history and geography are often tied in the cultural life of a region. So ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಭೂಗೋಳ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಆಫನ್ ಟೈಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ರೀಜನ್. The influence of diverse cultures is not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are all about moving from place to place for work, and with each move our cultural traditions and way of life slowly become part of the new place we are in. Similarly, in our own neighborhoods, we live close to people from several communities. Even those who are belongs to the different communities also, different religion also, we used to settle or we used to maintain the good relationship with our in several areas. So in which we do things together and hear stories about each other's lives, customs and traditions. So anyhow, dear students, so we all of you knows that how the difference are there and about the unity in diversity. So after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, so there is the poem which I already explained in the previous session. In Amritsar, what happened when General Tired opened fire while the children, women, and those who are belongs to the different religious people, the plenty of the people, so they were died in that massacre. Then also, dear students, I would like to remember some of the songs symbols that emerged during the freedom struggles serve as a constant reminder of our country's rich tradition of respect for diversity. So, regarding this, so the ex prime minister of and the first prime minister of our country, Jawaharlal Nehru, so was composed the beautiful book, The Discovery of India. So, in Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru says that about Indian unity. So, like this, that Indian unity is not something imposed from outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged. So, this is what Nehru, who coined the phrase unity in diversity to describe the country. I hope, dear students, so you all of you understood this revision class. Thank you. Have a nice day.